This was the year that I was tested probably the most. Like, this transition has hit so hard. We're constantly moving, we're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving, and we're constantly reinventing ourselves. No, that was my biggest video on YouTube. You know what's going on. God is telling you to focus. I'm moving into 2024 with a lot more clarity. Energy going into the new year is so much better than it started. I'm going into 2024 so confident, feeling so sexy, feeling so overflow of blessings. I'm feeling so good.
This is for you, my number one. This is for you, my number one.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. But this is my first sit down video in a while. I haven't did a sit down video in a couple months. I noticed I got a new hairdo, baby. It's giving grown and sexy for 2024. What's giving, y'all? High class is giving. In the words of my friend, she said it looks put together. Y'all, comment down below. Let me know what it's giving. But y'all, yeah, I wanted to come and do a quick recap. This video is not going to be too long because I do have more to say and I just don't have the time yet. I really want to like talk about certain things like really in depth, but I did want to come on here and do a quick little sit down video. One, by the time you're seeing this video, we are almost in 2024. I just want to go on and say Happy New Year to everyone, to you and your family. I hope that everyone has a safe and prosperous New Year's Day. I hope that whether you're bringing in New Year's in the house or going out, make sure that you are just thanking God for just bringing you through another year, just bringing light into your life. And, you know, make sure that you're like really reflecting. I'm a very reflective person in general, but I love New Year's. I love new beginnings as well. Something about just change, just a new beginning, a reset button. We just want to go into 2024 confident as ever and really putting the things that we want for our lives out in the atmosphere, because I do believe there's a power in tongue and there's a power in speaking out things that you want and really going for them. So I'm here to tell you, you can do it all. Put your vision board. If you guys do a vision board, I think I'm gonna do a mobile, not a mobile, what is it called? Like I'm gonna put together a vision board, but I'm gonna do it through Canva, so I can put it as my screensaver on my phone, so that I can see it every day and a constant reminder. But yeah, so I'm gonna do one on my phone this year, and I just thought about what it supplies to do a vision board. Like I might do one more closer to the year. I know my friend did mention she wanted to do like a faith board, and I feel like that is so fitting and so perfect for like just the era that I'm going through and just the phase that I'm in right now. I need a faith board. I need to be very intentional this year. And yeah, I'm just so excited. Like I'm so excited for the new year. I feel like I'm moving into 2024 with a lot more clarity. Clarity is something that I realize that in my life I need clarity. I'm such a words of affirmation type of girl. I'm such a speak it into existence type of girl. I'm such a go after the things that you want. I'm really intentional has to be the word for 2024. I can't remember what I said last year was gonna be. I'll find a clip and like insert it to show y'all what I said last year. Execute. The word this year is execute. You know, mindset and all of that. But now we have to execute. Now we have to actually start putting the things that we want in place, understanding what we want, what we need. I just wanted to come on here real fast and just reflect on my year. I just came from church, so I'm just in a really good mood. I know sometimes if you've been here for a couple months, couple years at this point, I like to have a notepad. I like to have my iPad. In this video, I definitely just want to speak from the heart. I definitely want to come on here and just be very transparent. I don't want to take too much time. Please, I might have to send me a timer or something. I reflect on my year as a whole. This year was a very hard year. This was a trying year. This was a year of test. This was a year of faith. This was a year of my obedience. This was the year that I was tested probably the most. You ever heard of either a quote or you've probably seen it, you know, on social media or something like that? Something about the pressure being applied right when you're about to go through a transition. If you have already, you probably can attest to this, or if you haven't, you're going to go through this. Where when you are going through this next phase, because we have different phases in our lives, it's a constant cycle. We're constantly moving, we're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving, and we're constantly reinventing ourselves. And we have a transition phase. We have a few transition phases, but specifically this one hit so hard. Like this transition has hit so hard. you know, I'm starting off the new year in my new place. And I'm just so excited. Like, being in Dallas is something that literally God pushed me to do. I think sometimes, like, it can sound very cliche when you say, God told me to do that. When I tell you God told me to do that, like, I heard him say that. Y'all can believe me on that. God told me specifically, you gotta go to Dallas. Like, when I tell you, everything around me in my old phase of life started crumbling around me, it was almost like, what in the world is going on? I was so uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable with my body. I was uncomfortable around others. I was uncomfortable with everything, but the only thing that brought me comfort and that brought me peace and that brought me stability and kind of wrapped its arms around me is the presence of God. And that has been something I've been leaning on for the last, I would say, 6 months. I would say around August, September-ish is when I really started taking my faith seriously. 4 or 5 months. Yeah, I've been tested so much, and I think choosing God is something that, because God is always going to choose you, right? But when you decide to take this relationship and make it a two-way street and say, God, I choose you as well. I choose you to lead me in my life and lead me throughout my course, and I trust you wholeheartedly. I won't question it. I won't doubt you. I will listen to you because I want to be led by you. That is like the ultimate test of your faith. Like, it is so uncomfortable, okay? It is so uncomfortable not doing what you initially want to do because God is telling you to do something else, and you're like, I have to listen to that. I have to do what he tells me to do, whether it is my, you know, within my purpose or just moving in my life, maybe to meet the people that I need to meet, maybe to, you know, build the tribe that I want to build, maybe to build the family that I want to build, maybe it's to be in the job or the career that I need to be at the particular time, or meaning I need to weed out certain things that no longer align where God is taking me. It's a real thing. It's a very uncomfortable thing. I think sometimes when you know, if you are a person of faith and you believe that God will weed out things around you that don't need to be in there, sometimes you see your friends drop, sometimes you see your relationship crumble, sometimes you see your relationship within your family crumble, and you're like, hold on, God. God, I ain't actually do all that. No, for real. But like, it's so funny because you'll ask God to do all of this and he'll start doing it. You like, hold up. I ain't thinking it was gonna be it. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I think just this year, like when I think of like this overall year, right? If we just give it a general synopsis, right? I remember starting off January 1st crying. I remember starting off the new year very emotional. I was in a very toxic relationship at the time. I didn't know at the time that it was this toxic. I just believe that these are the things that you go through in relationships. Certain friendships where I feel like things were not being reciprocated. When I think of those people that feed me spiritually and those people that feed me emotionally and that feed me mentally, friends were dropping off as flies. Like, when I tell you, I couldn't really pinpoint who I was bringing into the new year. It was so blurry. And when I talk about that clarity piece is like key, because your life should not be a blur. When you are a woman of faith, when you are a man of faith, your life is very clear. You may not know exactly what's going to happen at this very exact moment, but you know the direction that God is leading you in. And when I tell you, from that day forward, it was just all hell broke loose. I made a video a couple months ago. Actually, it should be almost 10 months ago or 9 months ago if you want to go back. And I was going through a seasonal depression. And I went through this depression probably around early January to about March, I would say. But it kind of lasted longer than that, because I remember when I made the video, I think it was around March, and I talked about my seasonal depression. And when I got to March, and you know, I was feeling a lot better, so obviously I was in a better mental space to make the video. But when I think about it, like, that depression did lead probably up until my birthday, around May. Because I still wasn't myself. I felt so uncomfortable, so isolated. I didn't really know what to trust. I felt like I was being taken advantage of. I felt like I was alone. I felt like when it came down to real stuff in my life, I only can really turn to like 2-3 people, and not even that, for real. Remember, I got out of my comfort zone when I took my trip for my birthday. That was like the best time of my year. Like, that was like the highlight. And if we just talking from a YouTube perspective, that video was my most viral I did when I went on Virgin Voyages for my birthday. And Virgin Voyages, if you listening, Get your girl up. You know, I would love it. No, that was my biggest video on YouTube. Like, that was the turning point of like me and my content. I was like, wow, like people are really receptive to the video, and it's the video that I put the most effort into. Meaning, like, I do enjoy like editing and different ways of editing. I'm learning different things about just the camera and just making quality videos, you know what I'm saying? And that was something I took my time. I took time to find music. I took time to find the right angles. I took time to find the right moments to record, because I am a person that like to live in a moment but still be able to share that with people that watch me or follow me or whatever the case may be. So fast forward, May was like that turning point where I'm like, okay, I feel a lot better. Remember, even on that trip, I was just like so pulled back. Even though I didn't seem like it, or the people that I was around probably didn't notice, I felt very reserved. And that's not how I normally am. Like, if y'all see my content, if y'all been watching me for a while, I'm very outgoing. I can meet anybody that I want to. I'm very social in that way. And so when I felt like I was still reserved on that trip, I still felt like I can give more, but I wasn't in a space to give more. And that comes when you come to a place of really like get to know yourself. You get to realize like how you are in certain spaces. When I'm not myself, it's hard for me to pour into others or pull that energy into others, because I don't have it within myself. So, you know, kind of still going on trajectory of the year. We fast forward to June, July. I remember I was getting back to myself, and that's when I went on the Melanin at Sea group cruise in July. And that was like a whole turning point as well, just for content, but also like for connections through content, because you have a lot of vloggers that I watch and I religiously like watch their content, and to see them in the flesh, it was cool. Like, and it just felt very family-esque. And I really enjoyed that. Like, that was just it made my heart so full. Like, that's why, like, if you ever go back and watch like my Carnival Venetia series, like, you would notice just by the music choice, just by the way that I highlight certain things, I wanted to feel like a family reunion. Even though we on Italian style ship, I don't gotta use Italian music the whole time. I'm gonna use that good old Stevie Wonder. I'm gonna use that Luther Vandross. Okay, I'm gonna use that Anita Baker. Okay, I wanted it to feel very family reunion type of feel. And I hope that translated to the camera. So, whatever the case may be. But that was a very good point. I got to meet some of my favorite creators. I got to meet, you know, a lot of people that I feel like were very inspirational. Like, when you talk to people and you get to see different people in their respective paths, I think it just it gets the fire under you. Like, it lights a fire underneath you, and you start to feel like, okay, I gotta go full throttle with this content thing. Like, I really do want to I always said I wanted my content to be authentic. So when I was in that space of not feeling like myself and not really feeling up to it, I couldn't produce content because I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm just not. What I needed to do and what I heard God tell me to do was to focus on Him, rebuild. Because I've had multiple relationships with God, but this was the time after I got back from that trip. I would say around August, and that's why I mentioned my whole faith journey starting around August, September. I had to reel in and zone in and tap into my relationship with God. I had to. It was like a must. Like, that was the last thing where He was like, oh yeah, like, this is it. Like, after this point, it's going to change your life. Whatever you learn in the next 4 or 5 months, going to change your life. Whatever mindset you build, focus that you exude throughout this period of time is going to be worth it. There's something else on the other side of this. And I had to listen to that, no matter how hard. It hurt so bad, y'all. It hurt so bad. Like, I didn't want to lose certain people. I didn't want to, like, stop being myself. I didn't want to, like, you know what I mean, isolate. That's not me. I felt like, something. I had to listen to Him. So I made an effort from August then on. I went to church every Sunday. Like, you know, you have a routine for the week, right? Sundays, I had to go to church. It was a routine. I even started bringing my cousin along with me. And that's why I said, my cousin Nasia that helped me move here, if you remember from the moving blog, or if you've been here, oh gee, that's my girl. Like, if we wasn't cousins, we'd be friends. Like, you know, I started calling her like my sister in life and like my sister in Christ, because I feel like we honestly like went through our journeys together, and it was like so much more powerful going through that with somebody like you tell everything to, you watch them go through so many phases of life with, and it just hits different, you know. So we started really tapping into God, tapping into like going to church, making an effort to sit close, you know, up in the rows, like making sure we sit close enough, making sure that we, made it a routine for us. And that was like our thing. Like every Sunday, we in there. Like when I say God was speaking to me through all the sermons, through the energy in the room, like it was very emotional. So many times at that church I cried, like just being in there. And I'm about to get emotional even thinking about it, because I knew I was going through a transition, y'all. Like I knew I was going through a transition. When you're going through a transition, you know you're going through a transition. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no question about it. It's so much clarity in just going through the transition. You can't be like, I don't know what's going on in life. You know what's going on. God is telling you to focus and put your focus into things that don't matter, and you need to refocus, because if you don't, everything you've worked for, everything you've worked hard for, everything that you want, everything that you desire is no longer a priority. Fast forward, I was in isolation. I deleted my social media. I wasn't really posting like that. I would try to post here and there. I was posting my my Melon at Sea series. I was still finishing that up, and I think I finished that up around early September. That was like my last video that I posted for that. And I said I was going to commit myself to post, because at one point I didn't even want to finish the Venetian series. If y'all notice, I didn't finish, I didn't post my review for the Venetia like I usually do reviews. I didn't do that. I wasn't in the mood. But I did say the most I'm gonna commit is finishing out this series and posting the videos. So I said I'm gonna post the videos. But after that, I gotta take a break from YouTube. Gotta take a break from Instagram. I did keep my TikTok, but for me, I curate my feed on TikTok to be very motivational, very self-care, very faith-based, very funny. I like funny meme stuff, dogs. Like I love dog memes. Like send me a dog meme. If y'all ever want to like make me laugh, like send me a dog meme. But I did keep my TikTok, and I was posting on that for a minute. But what I did do is, throughout that month of September, I got clarity. Even towards the end of August, I got clarity that I needed to move to Dallas. I needed to move. Let's start there. Back in August, I had some sort of revelation that I had to move out of Atlanta, because my lease was coming up, and this is around the time where I start asking myself, like, what I want to do, Shay? Where you want to live? You're only 26, you ain't got no kids, you got your dog, he go everywhere with you. What do you want for your life? In August, I decided I want to move. I think I want to move. And I always said I think. But when I say I started really tapping into God, tapping into church, God was like, you have to move. But Dallas was always like, Texas period was always something in the air for me. Like if you know me, especially my parents, I've always said Texas, I want to live in. I didn't know if it was Houston, Dallas, I didn't know where. So I was like, I need to move. So when I finally realized, okay, well, my lease is up in November, I want to move. But I haven't quite wrapped my head around it, because I was still in this toxic relationship. I was still debating with myself about what I should do, even though it was being clear to me. And that's the thing, when you're being tested, God tests you to see if you're obedient enough to even make it a thought that sticks. Like to say, I think I need to move. God already told you last week you need to move. I'm just kind of like, okay, this is not, like, I'm not happy here. I'm not happy in Atlanta. I feel like things aren't working out the way I thought they were going to work out. I've been in Atlanta for 4 years. It's time to go. So fast forward September, during my hiatus, I booked a car to go to Dallas. I came to Dallas, and you guys see that in a few vlogs back. I came to Dallas, and I didn't say that in that video about what I was in Dallas for, but I was in Dallas, one, to see the city, and I needed to get away, to be honest, at that point. But the main reason I came to come see apartments, and I loved it. The air that I breathed was so different. I felt so much clarity when I got here, and that was like it for me. So as soon as I got back to Atlanta, after I visited here in September, oh, the fire was underneath me again. I'm applying for jobs. I'm applying for apartments. I mean, not applying, but I'm narrowing down apartments. I'm trying to really get this job. I'm on the search for what's next. I'm looking up this. I'm looking up that. I'm like, this is a thing. I'm letting my landlord know, hey, I'm not going to renew. I'm serious about this move. This move is happening. Like, this move is happening for real. Even when I told my old job that I worked at in Atlanta, my lease was up in November, and can you try to get me a job out there, because we have our building here. And that wasn't even panning out. So I knew, not only do God want me to move out of Atlanta, he wants me to let go of these people in my life. He also wants me to let go of this job, because it was not, when I say it was not working out, nothing was working out there. But when I tell you the process to move to Dallas was so smooth and so clear, I believe life should be easy. I believe love should be easy. I believe faith should be easy. I believe that friendship should be easy. I believe that family dynamics should be easier. I got the apartment in like 2 days. And even when I visited this apartment that I'm in, it was so clear. Like, I liked it. I loved it. I fell in love. My dog fell in love. Like, dogs have energy, y'all. Like, y'all don't give y'all dogs enough credit. Dogs got energy. When my dog was visiting in other places, he was cool. He gonna be a friendly person. He a friendly person. He a friendly dog. He get along with most people. Like, it's whatever. But when he got here, his energy was different. He was like uncontrollably like happy. It was like, it's the one, baby. Baby, this the one. Do you like this one? You like me? Like, it was so perfect. It was almost like, yeah, I gotta stay here. I gotta move here by any means necessary. All right, y'all, we back because my camera started overheating. I'm gonna keep this brief. You know what I'm saying? I said I was gonna keep my thing brief, but yeah. So we get into the end of the year. We get into the point. Where we at? Oh, so you know, I came out here. Everything was like I told you. I got my apartment in 2 days. Let me tell you something that is true about faith. When it comes to faith, you know that it's gonna work out. So in my case, I applied for the apartment because I knew I was moving. That was a given, right? So as I'm applying, I'm like, a job gonna come through. I got 4 weeks. I was like, I have 4 weeks to sign my lease, and that was like the best time. Like when I signed my lease, I was like, oh, this is real. This is real. Like, this is real. Like, and I can't believe it because it's like I got the apartment that I wanted. So I'm like, okay, we just waiting on a job. We just waiting on a job. And so I had got an offer letter, and something about the offer letter. The offer letter was good. Maybe they was trying to get your girl. The idea is that something about it still didn't feel good. And sometimes when you know that you deserve more, and when you know that this is not the best I can get, and it doesn't feel. I always put it like this: if you have an uneasy feeling about something, or your stomach turns when you think about certain things, or think certain things, and your stomach starts turning, that's a problem. That's something you should tap into. Okay. So for me, when I got the offer, I was happy that I had an offer, but I wasn't ecstatic. I wasn't like, this the one. So I went ahead and I was like, can y'all give me more time to accept? Because I knew something was gonna come on. Because I had already interviewed with other places. And the other place that I work at now, they were like, we still interviewing. So I was like, damn. Because I'm a person, I get easy frustrated. I'm a Taurus, baby. We don't got no patience, okay? Patience is like this, okay? Patience is low, okay? So when I was like, I'm not gonna get mad about it, because I already know something. I already know this job that I want is gonna come up. It's gonna come through. It's gonna come through. I got this on the back burner, because you know, baby gotta work either way. Baby gotta work. And when I tell you that the offer letter I received was like the same date as my moving date. And what's so crazy, y'all, is let me tell y'all how stuff work. And this is why you gotta speak stuff out. For the last 3 months, I've been saying I want to move on 11/11. I told myself I wanted to move on 11/11 back in September. I said, Dad, I'm moving. Get the truck. Figure it out. I'm moving on November 11th. I don't care if the lease say it's not ready till Monday. I don't care if they say you gotta come early. I'm moving my stuff in physically on November the 11th. That was my date. Hard stop. Hard stop. Not because my lease was up, because my lease wasn't up to like the 15th. I didn't have to move on the 11th. I wanted to move on the 11th. I'm like, I'm moving on 11/11. That's what I want to do. And when I kept saying that for like 3 months, I'm like, 11/11. Yeah, I'm moving on 11/11. I'm moving on 11/11. Yeah, 11/11. 11/11. Everything worked out. Fast forward, I finally got the job that I wanted, that I'm at now. I got the job. And they were going to start me like a week after I moved. And I had called them because I'm a person. My dad told me that real young. The worst somebody can tell you is no. Just ask the question. So I said, you know what? Can I start like early? Because I wanted to keep that same date that the first offer letter had for me. I was like, you know, no biggie. I was like, y'all want to keep me next week, that's fine. But I asked them, I was like, can I start work on the 14th? And they was like, sure. Like, as if, dang, you want to work? I'm like, yeah, I want to work. I was able to start that same week. My dad was able to get the truck to move me down here. But it was so smooth. It's like he was able to take off that Friday so that he can come to Atlanta and help me pack and move me in. And he even got off that Monday so that he can stay an extra day, put up my TV. Like I said, I got to make a separate video because I really want to keep my team brief on this one. but I just really want to reflect on how good God is. How just because you start one way doesn't mean you're gonna finish that way. It's not the end all be all. Like the way I started my new year, you would think that this year would have been terrible for me. And overall, I will say this was like a very trying year. My year didn't start getting better till around August. The first half of my year was terrible. I was tested so much. I was tried so much. And I only can give so much at that time. So fast forward to August to now, God is good. God is good. Like that's all I can like sum it up to be. God is good. Like he looks out every time. And I think the difference is when you choose him back, it's like he look out for you 10 times more. He like, oh yeah, you say you want this? Bet. I'm gonna show you how to get there. I'm not gonna show you when you're gonna get it, how you're gonna receive it, how it's gonna come up. But you say that's the thing you want, I got you. And that's where I feel like my whole energy going into the new year is so much better than it started. I'm going into 2024 so confident, feeling so sexy, feeling so just overflow of blessings. I'm feeling so good. You ever felt so good? It's like nobody can take this away from me. You ever reached a level of peace and clarity that you like, I don't care what is going on over there, I have to maintain my peace. I have to maintain my overall saneness. And I think finding ways to do that was definitely, I'm going to say faith. But finding things that I like doing. I found a love for Pilates and, I found a love for like yoga. And I found a love for, I'm still working on the meditation thing because I haven't quite mastered that. But I'm finding ways to like love my space. I love fresh flowers. I love buying myself things. I love investing in my space. I love investing in my skincare, my makeup, my overall look. Baby, like I like doing all those things and I've found a love for doing them, and I can't have nobody or nothing take that away from me. I'm walking into 2024 so different, and I love that for me. I absolutely love that for me. I don't want to like take up all y'all time because I'm gonna definitely do a longer sit down video. Y'all know I love long form content. I definitely want to be more transparent in this 2024. I've always prided myself on being a transparent person, but I want to make more of an intentional effort to be transparent with people because I do honestly feel like that is my calling, and being able to be real about things like that. Things that people don't like talking about. Yeah, y'all, I think this is the end of it. I really just want to wish you guys a happy new year. Be safe, spend time with family, friends, or whoever you're with. If you're new to the city or new to Dallas, or even if you're not new to Dallas, if you have been in Dallas and you come across my videos, I'm always open to making new friends. I am no popular girl, okay? I'm a regular girl from around the way. Follow me on social media at Shea_Monique_. And that's that. I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. 2024 is your year. You have the right to claim that this is going to be a year. Don't let social media fool you and tell you that you can't say that this year is your year. If you feel like this year is your year, it's your year, baby. Okay? It's your year because I know it's mine. I know good things is happening in 2024 for sure. For sure. 2024 is mine, okay? and I put that, I say that with my whole chest. So declare that it's your year. Make your vision boards if you're a vision board type of person. Make sure that you whatever you set out to do for 2024, make it intentional. Make it count. Find your faith. Find it, like find that thing that you hold on to that brings you joy, that makes you feel whole, that makes you feel happy, because happiness is such an underrated thing. Like, it's so many things in this world we can complain about, be mad about, but overall, be happy. Do what makes you feel happy. Do whatever you want in this life. Don't let nobody make you feel no type of way. Do whatever you want to do. I've been doing it for years and I have no regrets. So yeah, I'm just going to end it with that. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to say Happy New Year one more time. And Happy 2024. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.